worldwide launch from our favorite Dr. Gundry. Tastes like candy, but actually helps. And we're talking tonight about joint health. How are you feeling when you're moving your knees, your joints? Joint health, immune health, vitamin C, something that we all know is super, super important, and digestion, digestive health. We know how important that is as well. All three of those plus so much more in something that truly, truly, once again, only Dr. Gundry can do it, tastes like candy. And perhaps of all of the gummies that we've done over the years from every single different brand, I'm telling you, this is the one that tastes the best, and we're gonna prove it to you tonight. But you've gotta go quick because it's one day only for our today's special value from Dr. Gundry. We've got a couple offers for you. We have a 30-day supply in his new Mighty Flex, which is joint health, which is immunity, and it's also digestive health, and everything else that we know Dr. Gundry does. So this has things like turmeric in it, and we're talking about vitamin C, of course, but so much more, that inulin, that prebiotic fiber. Or you can do the 60-day. I highly, highly recommend that you do the 60-day on this one. 30-day versus 60-day is gonna save you $21.98. We don't have auto delivery. We don't have a buy more save on this. We do not know when we'll be able to do this again. And actually, this is exclusive to us until at least August, and we really do suggest, because we have a feeling this will sell out before the end of the day, that you get multiple sets of these to take you through the rest of the year, because who wants to feel that type of pain through the rest of the year? And again, that joint health that is keeping you from doing the things that you love. We've got Dr. Stephen Gundry. He's live via Skype with us right now from, can I say where you are, Dr. Gundry?
Sure, why not?
France. He's in France. He's dialing in. It's got to be like first thing in the morning for you, right, doctor?
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock over here in France, and I've got kind of my French attire
I kind of love it. This is a little bit of a departure for you, doctor.
I know, you usually see me in a suit and tie.
I love it. Dr. Stephen Gundry, by the way, he is our very, very favorite cardiac heart surgeon, author, bestseller, and has really kind of made a complete difference in the world of supplements, because the ones that you're doing, people actually want to take. And by the way, just to that end, here at QVC alone, more than 325,000 jars of something from Dr. Gundry have been picked up. So we'd love to hear from you. Our testimonial calls our testimonial line is open. Give us a call. We'd love to hear why you love Dr. Gundry and why you take his products over and over again and what they're doing for you. But doctor, this one is completely new. Worldwide launch, even in France. Tell us what it's all about.
Yeah, brand new. You know, as you know, I really try to get people to enjoy taking supplements. And through the years, I've learned that it's difficult for people to take the supplements that are actually going to benefit them. Often, particularly with joint support, most of us have heard or seen them at Costco or wherever, and they're usually very large tablets or very large capsules.
And you have to swallow them.
And you have to swallow them. And I said, there has got to be a better way. And as you know, our last product was Mighty Reds, which is really a delicious gummy to get you vitamin D and polyphenols and prebiotics. So this time around, I said, what if we did very similar using very much the same ingredients, but let's add joint support ingredients that have been actually shown to work in a placebo-controlled trial in human beings to improve joint comfort, to improve flexibility. And it's actually an ingredient called Q-actin.
And there you see it right there, for improved joint mobility and comfort.
And it comes, believe it or not, from a special species of cucumber, of all things.
So it's all plant-based.
Yeah, it's all plant-based. That's the other thing. I refused to do gummies for so many years because of many reasons. Number one, they're mainly sugar, and there's no sugar put into here. The sweetener.
Hold the phone on that, because this tastes so, so good. I mean, truly, we've done a lot of gummies. You've done a lot of gummies. This is the best tasting one. It's like this blue raspberry. It's got a sweet yet sour. I gave it to my friend JR, who was over at my house tonight, and I was like, try this, because this is what I'm presenting tonight. And he made that little, it's so good. It's candy, and it truly is, to me, that blue raspberry, the best tasting one we've ever done. How do you do it without sugar, doctor?
Well, we do two things. Number one, the prebiotic fiber we use is inulin, and inulin is sweet. It actually is present, of all things, in radicchio. It's also present in asparagus. It's present in some roots. But inulin is a wonderful prebiotic fiber that has sweetness. The other thing, if you read closely on the jar, the sweetener is allulose. And allulose is a sweetener that I'm incredibly excited about because it actually is a true sugar that was first identified in figs, but it has not only no calories, but it's also a prebiotic. So allulose is, again, from plants, and it's my favorite sweetener because there's no calories and it actually probably feeds your good gut bacteria simultaneously. So why not?
Which goes back to that digestive health that we've been talking about, because this is not just about joint health. And we're going to talk more about that here in a second, but I want to recap real quick. This is not just about joint discomfort, and that means things like the way your knees feel and such, but it's also about your digestive health because it has that inulin and it has that fiber. In fact, here it is, Q-actin, which is what the doctor was talking about for knee comfort, joint comfort, and joint health. That's what has been proven to be effective in supporting, and that's what's in here. But it's also about things like vitamin C and dietary fiber, which is heart health, and other parts of your body that we want to keep working well. That's what the doctor's all about. That's why the worldwide launch is happening here at QVC, because we can reach more people in this 1 hour together, and we'd love to hear from you. Our Share Your Story line is open. We can reach more people in this 1 hour than any other retailer, with more than 325,000 jars of Dr. Gundry picked up here at QVC. Another 500 of these picked up. He wanted to get to the most people the quickest in this worldwide launch to help you feel better. Joint support, digestive health, immune support with all the vitamin C that you need. We've got some pretty major statistics that we'll go through, but one that's super important to us here at QVC is this price. That price goes away at the end of the day today. You only have today to pick this up. Last time I was here with Dr. Gundry, we ended the day early with him because his Mighty Reds, the red gummies, sold out. Those go super, super fast. This is going to go just as fast because you get a lot of the same great things like the polyphenols, but you get, I think, even a better taste. We're talking about that yummy blue raspberry, and you get that joint support, which this one shocks me. People ages 50 to 80, 70% of them are dealing with discomfort, doctor, in their joints.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And again, that's what really motivated me to come up with something that people could actually enjoy taking, would actually take, and would benefit them in terms of their joints. For instance, we're in the south of France. My wife and I are hiking about 8 to 10 miles every day. Every day.
Way to go.
And, you know, we're not swallowing pain pills or anything like that. And Mighty Flex is, you know, how we do it. And the great thing about Mighty Flex, you mentioned vitamin C. It turns out that we are one of the few animals that don't manufacture our own vitamin C. Now, why is that important? Well, in terms of joint health, and we'll get to immune health in a second, but most people don't know that our joints are filled with collagen, that connective tissue supporter. And collagen breaks all the time. Collagen is kind of like the rebar in concrete, and it breaks all the time. And most people don't know that you actually have to have vitamin C to re-knit the rebar in collagen. So you could take all the collagen supplements in the world, it won't do anything unless you have vitamin C. And we don't make vitamin C. So we've got to get it from our diet. Now, in the good old days, we could do that in our diet because fruits and vegetables had a lot of vitamin C. But as you and I have talked before, our fruits and vegetables now are really devoid of all these essential vitamins that we used to assume we'd get from fruits and vegetables.
Yeah, I mean, over the last 50 years, our soil and our fruits and our vegetables aren't giving us what we need to. People tell me all the time, and I'm sure you even more, oh, I'm just going to get it from food. And I was like, that would be great, but we really can't these days because our food just isn't as nutrient dense as it used to be. So there is no shame in supplementing. But I will always say, You got to supplement the right way. If a gummy's what's going to make you do it, as opposed to a pill, which you've talked about a lot, especially for your female patients, they aren't taking their vitamins, as in a supplement that you swallow, religiously because they forget, and compliance is key. This is the way to do it, is in a gummy, because it tastes great. You want to have that little sweet, that little candy, either in the afternoon or after dinner or whatever it might be. But this one isn't packed with sugar like the other ones, or all the other yucky ingredients that some of those gummies have in them.
Yeah, speaking of yucky ingredients, the other thing that I kind of demanded that we do is not use gelatin, which is quite frankly ground up animal tendons and parts, that had to be vegan. And all of my gummies are vegan based. So you don't have to worry about, where this came from. And so that's it. No sugars added, and all vegan. It's gluten free. I've always demanded that as well. So it's a way of getting things that you really should have in your body every day, particularly vitamin C, which we don't make.
So
in something really tasty.
Live from France, the good doctor is going to talk more about vitamin C. He's going to talk about fiber. Actually, next we're going to talk more about that and digestive health. And also joint health, and also the fact that there shouldn't be any shame, because the majority of Americans out there aren't getting their vegetables and their fruits and aren't getting the amount of fiber that they need to. But I need to remind you what's happening, because we're busy on the phones. QVC.com is the best place to go, or give us a call as soon as you possibly can in order to get this. We have an offer of the 30-day or the 60-day. I know Dr. Gundry mentioned a big box store earlier. This is like big box shopping. You save $21.98 by buying it in your 2-month supply as opposed to your 1-month supply. Two of your 30 days is going to be $21.98 more than just buying it in one of the canisters. That makes a whole lot of sense. And actually, let me take you over here, because this right here represents a year's worth. And the reason I say that is because I know many of you are super smart shoppers, and you want to do the big box shopping. You want to save your money that you can by picking up your whole year supply, because we do not know when we'll be able to do this again. It's exclusive to us right now, at least until August. We don't plan on having another one of these for quite a long time. So make sure you have it at the best price that you possibly can. That's a today's special value. Get multiples. There is no auto delivery on this. There is no buy more save on this, but you can do the 60-day as opposed to the 30-day and save yourself some money. And why? Because what's going to happen is you're going to start to feel better. You're going to start to think about doing what Dr. Gundry was saying and going on those walks, those 7 or 8 mile hikes. Okay, we'll start slow, maybe 2-mile hikes. You're going to start to feel better in the knees and the joints and all of that, and then you're going to be out of it. We're not going to have it at QVC because our price is always better than what you find it at Dr. Gundry's website. Always. You can check that right now versus the Reds and other things that we have. And then you're going to be bummed that you didn't stock up. This is the one great phone call that you can make for yourself today. And perhaps you're starting your day off like this, or perhaps you're on the West Coast and you're ending your day off like this. And this is the best decision that you can make, because it's one that's good for your body and it's good for everything that you're doing to it and putting in it. But you got to make that decision right now. Our price does go away at the end of the day. It's a worldwide launch, and history always repeats itself with Dr. Gundry, because we're not the only ones who love him here at QVC. He's well loved throughout the world, in France as well, I would imagine. So people are picking this up in droves. QVC.com right now. Other than joint health, which we'll talk more about, and give us a call, by the way, our Share Your Story line is open. Let's talk about fiber. It gets a lot of press, digestion, and what's going on. Tell me a little bit about fiber, and you can speak to this screen that we're going to show you.
Yeah, it's interesting. My last book, Gut Check, is really all about gut health and fiber. And most people are a little confused about, well, what kind of fiber is important? Well, it turns out the beneficial bacteria in our gut actually have to have what's called soluble fiber to eat. And if they get that soluble fiber, the benefits are that they tell you, seriously, that they're full, that they've had plenty to eat, and you don't have to go looking for any more food. And if you think about it, one of the problems that we see in our modern society is that almost all the food that we